Hey everyone, this is What Elon Said. Today is March 6th. It's a Sunday, special weekend edition here, providing commentary on all of Elon Musk's tweets and his interviews. So let's dive right into it. I'm just going to cover the likes here. Mark isn't with us today. He's busy, so I'm going to take us through what I can and provide as much commentary and insight as I can personally on what we have to cover here with the likes. So first up, we have live updates from Teslarati. It's an article about Tesla Giga Berlin final environmental permit press conference. So we had a press conference on Friday announcing the final approval of Giga Berlin. And we know there's going to be an opening event, I believe on the 22nd or 23rd of March. So lots of news there, covered a little bit of it in the last episode. And there's also many other Tesla Twitter commentary and also YouTube videos about it if you want to learn more. So good stuff. Very exciting to see this finally happening. It seems like it's just been sludging through the mud forever, but we're finally up and going. And we have Kristen K10 here saying that Berlin officials approving Tesla Berlin Gigafactory. And the approval process was a mammoth task for us. This is a German official. I don't want to butcher this name here, but with the Tesla factory in Groenheid, the State Environment Agency has approved the largest industrial settlement in East Germany since reunification. And we got a picture here of the official and Elon standing side by side. So again, just really exciting news and really looking forward to seeing how that develops over the coming months. All right, next up, we have a like of Las Vegas locally. Quote, if you wanted to power the entire United States with solar panels, it would take a fairly small corner of Nevada. You only need about 100 miles by 100 miles of solar panels to power the entire United States. And that's a quote from Elon. And a little more context here. He says the batteries you need to store the energy so you have 24/7 power is 1 mile by 1 mile, 1 square mile. And he says, it's time, Elon. And he's got another video here. But he definitely liked that. And then we know he's talked about how little space of solar panels it would really take to power a significant space. We know that it's not possible necessarily to just put, a small section in Nevada and power the entire United States, but just for the purposes of explanation, that he reiterates that a lot. All right, next up, we have Carlos with a nice shot of Boca Chica here, Starbase, some of the facility construction going on and Starship in the background there. Just a really cool shot with the reflection in the water. Definitely check that out. And it's just amazing to see all the amateur and professional photographers that are popping up at Starbase, just getting some really epic shots of the launches, of the development. And I think it's really going to go down in history as really well-documented progress. All right, next up, we have Gail Alfar with a short video of Elon at Giga Berlin in 2020, and just stating that he's really fired up and excited. He can't wait to start making cars and have a great opening party. It'll be good. We throw good parties, he says. And so he's definitely coming back to that and looking forward to the grand opening, which I believe they'll deliver the first Model Ys to customers and probably have a sequel to the epic party that they had a couple months ago. All right. He liked a tweet from Todd Landman, who was saying you're 100% correct in regards to Elon's tweet saying, hate to say it, but we need to increase oil and gas output immediately, which really just goes against Tesla's company mission altogether. But I think Elon is quite a realist as well as a dreamer, but founded in rational thought. And he knows that we can't handle continuously increasing gas prices. We need to mine more and increase the output so that we bring down the prices. Next up is a tweet from B Will Official. And this is urging all my Oklahomans back home to oppose House Bill 3994. This will force the closing of Tesla service centers and galleries, as well as prevent delivery to new customers in Oklahoma. It would prevent and stall growth of sustainable energy and EVs, as well as jobs in Oklahoma. Okies can change this. So just getting some attention there, and definitely brings even more attention to it when Elon likes it. But this is a note to Tesla policy team, and just detailing some of this House bill that does not seem to be in support of Tesla and their mission. So definitely urged opposition to this bill. All right, next up is from Zach at BLKMDL3, saying $7 gas is here, buy an EV. And just referring this picture of a mobile gas station, prices exceeding $7.25 a gallon for the Super Plus. And this is in, I think in the LA area, outside the Beverly Center. But I do believe that this picture actually dates back a little while, but I'm sure that the situation is pretty similar at this point, with prices in California probably reaching to the $6 and $7 mark. I, for one, am in Ireland, and I've seen prices jump up 15 cents per liter. So we're well over $7 a gallon at this point. All right, next up, we have World of Engineering, saying on March 5th, 1981, the ZX81, a pioneering British home computer, is launched by Sinclair Research. It will go on to sell over 1.5 million units around the world. And just an old ad, looks like you could send in an order form for one of these computers, but looks pretty basic with a little printer to go with it. But I think it touched Elon a certain way and probably brought him back to his youth. Let's see, 1981. I'm not sure if he had one of these or if he was just aware of it, but definitely some reminiscing going on there. All right, next up, Tasmanian.com says SpaceX plans to reuse a thrice flown Falcon 9 rocket to launch crew 4 astronauts to the space station, and links the Tasmanian article here. And he likes that, in support of that. We have Matt Wallace saying Russia has so many awesome people. It is unfortunate they are ruled by a brutal dictatorship. And this tweet was in response to Elon's Hold Strong Ukraine tweet. And yeah, you know, my sympathies also to the people there that do not want this, that are more support of freedom and the Ukrainian people, and do not want violence in any way. So definitely throw my thoughts and prayers out to the people of Ukraine, and as well to the Russian people who are not in support of their government taking these actions. All right, we have Tesla Silicon Valley Club saying Mars looking peaceful at the moment. Let's get to Mars ASAP. So we commented on that a little bit in the last episode. Just beautiful 360 view panoramic of Mars terrain. Next up, we have Pranay Padhole saying goal of government should be to maximize the happiness of the people. And that's a quote from Elon, and it shows a picture of Elon with Barack Obama walking around a SpaceX site. And so he liked that. We have Massimo tweeting the Fourier transform explained in one sentence. To find the energy at a particular frequency, spin your signal around a circle at that frequency and average a bunch of points along that path. Okay, gonna admit, I have no idea what this is. Did not major in math, but Elon definitely sees something in it and likes it. Always fond of formulas. Next here, we have Shibatoshi Nakamoto responding to a Pomp tweet that CNN is reportedly going to stop broadcasting in Russia. And Shibatoshi saying, I feel like this whole ordeal gave CNN a huge boner, just saying that they're super excited to have some real content to have to talk about. You know, I have not been watching CNN, so I don't know how well they're doing with that coverage, but if there is ever a reason for an around the clock news channel, I would say that this situation is it. So they definitely probably, well, I'm sure they feel like they are fulfilling their duties by covering the situation there in Ukraine. We have Scott Wayner saying Starlink is fire. Took 10 minutes to set up, works seamlessly, no lag. Netflix works great. All apps I tried work great. Amazing job. And so showing some of the speed tests here of his new Starlink terminal. And that is great to see. I'm not sure if Scott is, okay, he is an entrepreneur investing in Tesla since IPO. He's got a big Ukraine flag, but I'm not sure if he is actually in Ukraine. We have another tweet from Pranay Pathole related to how Tesla got its name and the $75,000 basically fee that they had to pay to the owner of the Tesla Motors name. But he liked this before replying to it, which we covered in the last episode. Pope of Muscanity replying to the increasing oil and gas output tweet from Elon saying, I hate to see you say it. You've become the very thing you swore to destroy. And it doesn't mean that I disagree. Short term, I think that you're right and that we should temporarily increase oil and gas output until we get enough solar, wind, nuclear, and battery online. And so really that I think is what's behind Elon's tweet. And I think that shows that he supports that chain of thinking there, or line of thinking, excuse me. So we have Corbin Williams with the prices again at that mobile gas station in LA. So we like that. Just again, detailing how expensive fuel, gasoline, and petrol is getting at this moment. It just seems to be increasing almost by the hour. Next up, we have Kava Gulampur saying with just a snapshot here, the price of electricity from new power plants. Electricity prices are expressed in levelized cost of energy, which captures the cost of building the power plant itself, as well as the ongoing costs for fuel and operating the power plant over its lifetime. And we have the price of electricity from solar declined by 89% in these 10 years. And the price of onshore wind declined by 70% in these 10 years. So you just see the dramatic decline in price of renewable energy and not so much with fossil fuel energy. So we like that. We have Tesla Owners Club Hawaii saying, did you know there are more than 18,000 EVs in Hawaii? Pretty sure Teslas account for 2/3 of them. They're everywhere here in paradise. A beautiful shot of Hawaii, bright blue skies, nice green mountaintop in the background, and a line of Teslas in a parking lot. Pretty awesome there. We got Massimo saying the task is not to see what has never been seen before, but to think what has never been thought before about what you see every day. And that's a quote from Arthur Schopenhauer, great philosopher from, I believe, the 20th, maybe 19th century. And it's a picture here, some artwork. I'm not sure if Arthur Schopenhauer is in there, but maybe. And we have Sawyer Merritt replying to Reverend Poppy Hayes, saying, from what I understand, Tesla makes more money from selling carbon credits than it does cars. And Sawyer Merritt says, wrong. A simple use of Google could have provided you with the real facts. Tesla's Q4 21 automotive revenue was about 16 billion, of which only 314 million came from regulatory credits. Tesla's gross profit in Q4 21 was over 4.8 billion, and then shows a nice table here from the quarterly financial summary and detailing some of those facts. Next up, we have Renee Concoli about, this is related to the Babylon Bee airdrop of new flamethrower equipped cyber tanks into Ukraine article that they put together, and Elon's response to that. And this is just Elon stating that we have lasers. It's kind of a Austin Powers reference. Here we have whole Mars catalog. Tesla is demonstrating its virtual power plant technology to Texas's ERCOT. The software allows thousands of Tesla home batteries distributed across the state to coordinate over the internet to act just like a megapack. Tesla cars from Berlin and Austin will get support too. It's an ERCOT demonstration, just a snapshot here. And we've talked previously on other episodes here about how Tesla and the Powerwall is basically how solar roofs and the Powerwall can turn every household into essentially utility and can feed some of that energy back to the grid when it's needed. But Elon liked this here and just detailing how some of it's working in Texas. We have Oleg Kutkov, today's test of the Starlink in Kyiv. And this is 42 seconds of a speed test, I believe. I'm not getting, here we go. So just some visuals of doing the speed test on the mobile phone and what kind of download and upload speeds that Starlink is providing for this user. Pretty cool. All right, we got World of Engineering saying Cleopatra lived closer in time to the moon landing than to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's just some fascinating date facts in this thread. Gone with the Wind was shot closer to the beginning of the actual US Civil War, dramatized than to present day. And boy, there's a lot of good ones in here. And if you want to feel old, then I would suggest looking through that and finding your date, because there were a lot of comments related to certain dates. All right, next up, we have Kimball Musk, Elon's brother, saying Starlink internet dishes are now in the hands of the badass Klitschko brothers in Kyiv. We stand with you, Ukraine, against Putin's tyranny. Thank you, bro, Elon Musk and SpaceX for making it happen. And just a cool shot here. The brothers with their Starlink terminals. And we have Renata Concoli again with a quote. So you were saved in a period of 3 days by two completely unexpected events. Merry Christmas. Yeah, absolutely. That's for sure. And this was from Elon talking about how they got funding, or their fourth launch at SpaceX was a success. Finally, if they had failed, the fourth one probably wouldn't have succeeded in the company. And then also more funding for Tesla at the last minute, which also helped save Tesla. We have Pauline Akalin, another frame from Falcon 9's NROL 87 mission, landing on February 2nd, 22. There's a really cool shot there of the landing of the booster. Okay. Next, we have the president of Ukraine, President Zelenskyy, saying he talked to Elon Musk. I'm grateful to him for supporting Ukraine with words and deeds. Next week, we'll receive another batch of Starlink systems for destroyed cities, discuss possible space projects, but I'll talk about this after the war. And just really positive there. I saw some footage of him actually talking, video conferencing with President Zelenskyy, and showing his support and saying that he hopes to visit after all of this is over and Ukraine has won their peace again. All right, a few more here. We have a picture of Starship stacked. My gosh, this thing is huge with human there for perspective. And ERC-X says life insurance. And we know that part of SpaceX's mission is to make life multiplanetary, to help back up humanity in case of a disaster on Earth, as well as to make the future exciting for humanity. We also have a Tasmanian article. Polaris program crew will test SpaceX Starlink laser-based communications in space. One day, the internet network could be used on the moon and Mars. So that's a really exciting future to think about. Internet connection on Mars and in outer space. I know in some previous conversations that Elon had said that, well, we can't really use a Earth-based currency or cryptocurrency on Mars, so you would need something there. But basically, because of the time associated with the signals from Mars to Earth, it would just be too much latency. So you're going to have to build a communications network on Mars and really in space. So exciting to see how that plays out. We have tank watchers here. While today's road closure has been canceled, SpaceX has March 7th as a backup date. Get ready for some Starship testing on Monday. Ooh, all right. So that's pretty exciting. I hadn't seen that. We have Lab Padre here with a picture. So very cool. We got a YouTube link that I can throw in the description. But yeah, some Starship testing coming tomorrow. So very exciting. We have Space Hub here with the rocket that will take humanity to Mars. Thanks to Elon Musk and the hardworking SpaceX team. Just a really awesome shot from the top of Starship. Just epic with the ocean in the background and showing how tall it is. We have Science Girl here with the sheer scale of this marble quarry is so huge that an excavator looks like a toy. And here we can see the little tiny excavator here pulling apart some of the what is this, marble in the quarry. And it's pretty cool how it just topples it there, but just tiny compared to the size of this thing. We have Tesla Roddy here with another picture of Starship. So we'll move on from that. Gail Alfar with a meme of a dog looking at a birthday cake here saying, I have no concept of numbers. Huh. And this was in relation to his Crocs meme, just having a little fun. And he also says, this is the symbol, or he liked this one. And Gail says, the symbol of a man who has completely given up hope. No tears for the closing of 75 to 100 Crocs stores. So not a fan of Crocs. He liked the Owen Sparks video of Biden commenting on Tesla, as well as Shibatoshi Nakamoto's discussion about traffic lights in California, tech capital of the world, and it's a 1920s traffic light tech. We got Mark Andreessen saying, if you run into an a-hole in the morning, you ran into an a-hole. If you run into a-holes all day, you are the a-hole. And that's a quote from Raylan Givens and Elon like that. And then we have a couple more here. Massimo with a really cool picture of the Golden Bridge in Da Nang, Vietnam, which is a bridge held up by sculptured hands here. Very cool. And then he also says 150 years ago today, Dmitry Mendeleev made a formal presentation to the Russian Chemical Society titled The Dependence Between Properties of the Atomic Weights of the Elements, the first version of the periodic table of chemical elements. It's just a picture here. And then lastly, we have Mona with an Elon tweet saying, I'm not trying to be anyone's savior. I'm just trying to think about the future and not be sad. And I think taking some actions to help bring about a brighter future. So that'll wrap it up for today. I know it's just me solo, not the most exciting thing to listen to, and not nearly as insightful as the commentary, back and forth commentary that Mark provides. But looking forward to having him back tomorrow, and we will be back with more of what Elon said then. Thanks a lot, everybody.